I was actually ready to start writing the book.
But can you tell me about what that experience was like, working on a book like that while getting access to the principal, and this particular kind of principal who's prickly?
Well, I'd done a big magazine story on him, and that was the first time I'd met him, and we'd got along okay, and just felt like there was some kind of like rapport, and so that's what had sort of made me a little bit confident about doing the book. But then when I told him what I was doing, he's like, "No, I'm not going to participate," and he's like, "I'm not going to help you," and I was like, "Okay."
Did he say why?
Well, he had said like, "Oh, other people have asked me in the past," and I told him no, and I would feel bad if you did it now, and I was like, "Okay." And
Very sensitive to other people's feelings.
that's, in hindsight, my gut feeling was always he liked to control things, and this was like uncomfortable for him. And I was like, "Okay, well, Elon, I bet if I actually just go sell the book and make it real, it'll shift from this abstract concept." So I did. I went to HarperCollins, and then I signed the contract, and then I went back to Elon. I met him at Tesla's headquarters on like a Saturday, and he's like, we had this long meeting. He's like, "No, I'm still not gonna," he sent me an email like an hour after I thought the meeting had gone great. He's like, "I'm not gonna help you." And then I started to hear, he's like, "Not only am I not gonna help you, but I'm gonna write my own book." He's like, "I'm gonna beat you with my own book, and this is how I'm going to solve this problem." And then, so I spent like 2 years interviewing hundreds of people. And then I was at home one day after doing this for 2 years. I was actually ready to start writing the book. He must have some sixth sense, because it was almost like in that moment he called, and it was like Elon Musk on my caller IDs. I had a landline back then. "I'll do interviews with you if I can, read the book before it comes out and make changes and stuff." I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do that." I was like, "Let's have dinner and like hash out. We could get through this, And he just right there on the spot, he was like, "Okay, fine." And then he's like, "We'll do one interview a month for as long as you feel like you need," which was incredibly fair. So we used to meet for dinner once a month. Some of the dinners would be like an hour, some would be like 4. It just depended on his schedule and sort of how things were going.